Alright everybody, hey, it's Chris Axelrod, and I'm getting into this thing about filming these videos in my car. I don't know why, but I think it's because I just feel like I'm just hanging out with you and having a nice little conversation as we're driving down the road together. So I know it's cool, so I hope you like it, and hope you don't mind. Today I'm going to talk about the one key, the one most essential key to all healing process. And that includes no matter what, no matter where you are in terms of what type of condition you have. I mean, you could be watching this from your hospital bed. You could be watching this in your office. You could be watching it in your house. But, no matter where you are, whether you're just a little depressed or whether you have autoimmune disease or you're, in the hospital with cancer, or you are having trouble getting pregnant or whatever the case may be, chronic pain. One of the most important things and one of the absolute key that opens up the door to a massive shift in your healing process, okay? That's what I call healing intelligence, which is in our bodies all the time, knows how to heal us, wants to heal us, and this is how you sort of clear the pathway. It's the first step to really just open massive amounts of space for that healing intelligence to work inside your body. And the key is this: to be unconditionally loving and kind towards yourself. Unconditionally loving and kind towards yourself, which is kind of a radical concept because I think most people are real hard on ourselves. Most of us are very, very, exacting and critical of ourselves, primarily because, we're taught to, a lot of us are taught in a way that's perfectionistic and in a way that's very, it's all about grades, it's all about status, it's all about, what you achieved in life. And a lot of times then we can become very hard on ourselves. When we get sick, when we start to have problems, that can actually get worse, right? You can start blaming yourself. You can get to a place where you're thinking, oh, well, I must deserve this, or what did I do to deserve this, or looking back on the past to try to parse out, like, where did this start? Like if you're depressed or you're having trouble with autoimmune disease or whatever, and you're just going to look at it and look back with regret and shame and fear, of course. Absolutely, there's a ton of fear involved in that. And, just really, all in all, just, put yourself in a place of this very negative, very self-defeating thought process, okay? So the way to fix that is to shift your gear and to start to take the role with yourself of the big sister or the big brother or that loving parent that maybe you had and maybe you didn't have, but you can still take that role of, how would you treat if you were 2 years old, okay? If you were a 2-year-old kid and you were having this problem, or a 4-year-old kid, and you came to yourself as a 4-year-old kid and said, hey, hey Chris, I'm feeling really sick, or I'm just really sad and I don't know what to do. What would you say? What would you say to that 4-year-old kid? I mean, would you say, well, you're a dummy, and you did all these dumb things and now, look at where you're at? No, you would never do that, right? Or would you ever say, well, it's because it's, something you did in a past life or something like that. You must deserve it. No, I wouldn't say that either. But these are the kind of things I hear patients and coaching clients of mine say to themselves all the time. That they, I don't hear them talking in their own heads, of course, but they'll reflect that back to me. They'll kind of wonder out loud. I just wonder if all these things I did, or if I'm being punished for something or whatever. So, let's stop and look at that 4-year-old child and say, hey, you know what? It's going to be okay. I love you, and we're going to figure out a way out of this. I'm going to support you. I'm not going to leave you behind no matter what. And it's not your fault, okay? You did the best you could, and here we are. And now what we've got to do is focus on how we're going to move into a different place, and what are we going to do to help improve our situation and help to heal this situation. That's what you would say to a 4-year-old child. That's what you would say. You wouldn't say, oh, you dummy, just shut up and and you know, you deserve this, or you know, all those things you did. Now you see how all those people hurt you, and now you're a victim. You wouldn't say that, okay? And if you do find yourself saying that, the point is, it's time to shift that dialogue. It's time to shift that dialogue to one of support and unconditional love. So what I want you to do is, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to right now close your eyes, and I want you to see yourself as that 4 or 5 year old child. And I want you to just practice, just feel compassion and kindness and love, and see that 4 or 5 year old child as going through the struggles that you're going through right now. And I want you to feel the kind of love and purpose and kindness that you want to that you have for that child. And just think about what you're going to say to that child when that child comes to you and that child is telling you how much they're suffering. What are the kinds of things you're going to say to that child? Those are the kind of things you need to be saying to yourself all the time, okay? You can open your eyes now. Hopefully you're not driving. And if you were driving, hopefully you did it with your eyes open. But those are the kind of things you need to say to that child. Those are the kind of things that you need to continually reinforce within yourself. And if you start to do this, I guarantee you, everything is going to change. Everything is going to change. Because when you open up your heart that way, and you're opening up your heart that way to yourself, you are creating a massive space for healing intelligence to begin to operate within your body. And you're telling your cells, and really your cells respond to your emotions. And so you're infusing all the cells of your body with this kindness and unconditional love. And when you do that, nothing can stop you. Nothing. Zero. There's absolutely nothing that can get in your way, and nothing that can block you from where you want to go. Whether that is going from really sick to getting better, or whether that's going from where you are now, you know, not sick, to being amazingly well and full of energy and full of purpose. This is absolutely the key that unlocks that door. So practice it every day. Sit down every day before you get started with your day, and check in with that little kid. Check in with that part of yourself, that innocent, caring, you know, very simple and loving part of yourself, and check in with it and see how it's doing, and offer your unconditional love and support, and see how much your life changes. All right? Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions or whatever, just post a comment. I'm happy to answer questions for you and interact with you, and that's pretty much it. So enjoy, and we'll see you next time.